Nestled inside the beginning of the coastal mountains, Hayward Cemetery in Washington County, Oregon, sits between the forest and the working farms below it. The cemetery was created when Nicholas Bothman and Luther Kaler both donated a half of an acre each to its creation. The official date of the cemetery's organization was September 21st, 1894. The first to be buried in Hayward Cemetery were two of Bothman's children. 2-year-old Willie Bothman was buried in Lot 1, grave number 1, in 1894. 3 years later, in 1897, Willie's brother Charlie, whom he had never met, also died at the age of 2. Charlie is buried in Lot 1, grave number 2. The small cemetery is dotted with many of the same family names. Besides the Bothmans, as previously mentioned, surnames also include Kessler, Hunger, Kaler, Updike, and others. Visitors will find this cemetery very peaceful. Off in the distance, you may catch cattle grazing, or you may hear the many different calls of birds as the wind rustles through the trees. You will also see that the grounds are kept up nicely year-round, although you will come across a few headstones that are on the verge of being hidden. When you first walk through the gates, you will come across the oldest portion of the cemetery to your left and to your right. The headstones, although weathered, are in fairly good shape, dating back to the late 1800s. The first plots you come to on the right are the Bothmans in lot number 1. Willie and Charlie rest next to their parents, Nicholas and Catherine. Soldiers from historic wars are represented at the cemetery. L.A. Whitten is said to be a veteran of the Spanish-American War of 1898. George H. Hunger served in World War I, and Charles H. French served in the Army during World War II. A number of those buried in Hayward Cemetery have a direct linkage to a few countries in Europe, with Germany standing out as the most common. When walking about the grounds, take time to notice some of the very simple headstones. These markings include Baby Hunger and Baby Stole. There are a couple that are marked with only the initials of those buried below them. In addition, there are the straightforward names such as Mother and Charles. The cemetery continues to have family and friends visit their lost ones, as is evident from the flowers and figurines left at the grave sites. We leave you now with more scenes from Hayward Cemetery.